Crisis Recovery Network, saving one soul at a time. This is Hamzah Alameen.
I was up so high, looking down at the sky. Don't let me fall.
Welcome to the CCAR
I was shooting for stars.
training for recovery coaches in New York State. I am your host, Hamzah Alameen, and I welcome you. Thank you very much for your participation. We aim to save one soul at a time. Let's review some of the learning objectives for the Recovery Coaching 101 course. A process of change through which individuals improve their health and wellness, live a self-directed life, and strive for their own full potential, a life worth meaning. The second objective of the course is to teach the 10 principles of recovery. These are the important aspects of whatever we do in recovery because they are our flagship in terms of our ethical responsibility to clients, community, and self. Our third objective is to teach person-centered care. This is an idea that was founded in 1949 or so by Carl Rogers. He is actually one of the fathers of humanistic psychology, who advocated that people be listened to, and that, in fact, sometimes the solution is within the individual if we would just allow them to benefit from their own resilience and power. Objective 4. Recovery is supported by addressing trauma. We know that trauma is at the root cause oftentimes of addiction and many mental health comorbid problems. This is because when a person experiences trauma, at that time they record and encode the trauma in a confused state, which often has certain detrimental mental health illness syndromes attached to it. Objective 5. Recovery emerges from hope. Recovery is about getting off the ground when you've been down, standing up, and summoning the resilience and inner strength that one has in order to overcome obstacles and challenges, whether they be addiction, medical issues, and most of them are usually related to traumas that were experienced long ago that can be defeated. We fight these fights for ourselves and others, and we educate them to use the same strengths that we use in order to succeed. Objective 6. Recovery is based on respect. A coach doesn't get too far if his student or the learner that he's trying to coach doesn't respect him. Everyone knows this, and that role modeling and respect for the role model is an important aspect in mentoring youth and in delivering services to adults as well. Mutual respect is expected by most adults and children alike. Respect is a modicum in terms of its premium for joining and forming an alliance with others in the counseling modality. Objective 7. Recovery is culturally based and influenced. Recovery is different for different types of people, different genders, different colors, different races, different ethnicities, different places of origin. People affected differently by discrimination. Objective 8. Recovery is holistic. Since recovery is systemic, it is also holistic. It happens in many different branches and many different pathways of activity within the human life cycle, on the human life cycle, and within different dimensions of living, whether it be individual, family, community, social and civic engagement, or just simple human achievement and meaning in life in terms of trying to produce a life that's meaningful. It happens, and it happens in a plethora of fashions on a multi-systemic pathway of continuous living as we reach more. Objective 9. Recovery has many pathways. Recovery is like a tree with an endless, infinite amount of branches that can lead to success and a meaningful life. Objective 10. Recovery is supported by peers and allies. This is an important factor that recovery coaching directly addresses. Recovery coaches are peer supporters and peer advocates, and they work to help bring out the resilience in a client so that they recover. And they role model behaviors and give advice and provide an understanding that benefits the client at all times. Objective 11. Learning that recovery is supported by relations and networks. This should be obvious because isn't it like this for everyone? The normal people or the civilian people, don't they also need good relationships and networks to be successful? So do people in recovery. Objective 12. Recovery involves self, family, and community strength and responsibility. This is an important aspect of life and living. Social engagement and the different dimensions of a relational, familial involvement, community activism, and advocacy is a strength and a responsibility that gives one a sense of purpose, a sense of positive emotions, an idea that they are connected, meaningful, and responsible. The Taubah initiative operates the Taubah Training Academy in collaboration with Crisis Recovery Network and the National Institute of Muslim Human Service Practitioners. Thank you for your participation in this course. And remember that cultural competency and good ethical standing are hallmarks for the best service that you can render for people in recovery who are struggling with the challenges of life as they reintegrate and evolve in recovery and into wellness in their own communities. Thank you very much for your participation. A great part of recovery coaching, and I think the most important part, has to do with turning our human experience into human expertise. So the difference is that we act with evidence-based treatments and that we have tactics that we have extracted from our life lessons, which we know that we can deploy and have deployed, and we share them with others so that they can deploy them and be successful and have the same life or a better life than we had. This is the essence of recovery coaching, giving someone else the same chance that we had at recovery. I hope this training benefits you, and may God bless you.